you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kaylee, and if you're seeing this video, that means we are going to Disney World, and I could not be more excited. I have been seeing some people do these planning for Disney videos, and they kind of break it up between like the planning and like their packing and prepping. So I figured this could be a plan and prep video just because I really just need to talk about my trip with somebody other than my husband. So I'll kind of give you guys the details on why we're going to Florida, or kind of about our trip, and then kind of the planning process and just everything that's involved. It's going to be just a sitting and chatty video, so get yourself a little beverage. I have mine in my Disney resort mug, and if you guys saw in the intro, I have the new cherry lime. Well, I don't know if they're new, but they're new to me. The cherry lime, like tall boy can. Not tall boy can. Oh, we have a friend, a visitor. This is my dog Mavis. We have a visitor now. I might have to let her out. Okay. So anyways, as I was saying before Mavis came in, these are new to me, and they're not a tall boy can. I don't know why I said that, but like the slim cans. And I poured that into my little resort mug to sip on while we sit and chit chat about all things about my upcoming trip. I figured I could share some of my tips with you guys, and I kind of want to just give the details of, you know, our upcoming trip. So I'm super excited. So get comfortable, you know, get yourself a little beverage, a little snack, something, a little treat, and then we will start talking about all my Disney plans. I had to put Mavis out of this room because she was going to be a little too needy, but I have a Google Doc actually of everything that I want to go over with you guys, just so I don't forget anything. So first we're going to talk about, which I can scoot over and I'll put a list up on the screen here. But first we're going to talk about just like my general itinerary, kind of where we're going, when we're going, kind of how we planned the trip, and kind of how this trip came to fruition. And then kind of the general just what we're doing while we're down there, and then things I have already purchased for this trip, because I have a few goodies that I've already bought, or like things that I have on the way. We could kind of go through some of my outfit ideas, or kind of some things that I'm thinking about that I want to wear that I just haven't worn yet, or that I have ordered and I'm excited to wear. And then things I still want to purchase, or like that we still need to plan and do, which I think that list is very short now. So we got a lot of things done the last few days. My husband and I, Peyton, that's who's going with me. And then I think that'll be it. So let's just get right into it of our general itinerary. So let me get that pulled up real quick. We are going at the end of this month, so at the end of March we're going through the beginning of April, and we are flying down. We're flying Southwest, which I'm so excited about, and we're actually flying out of a different airport than what we normally would, just because like we're kind of between two kind of major airports where we live now, and so it just kind of, the one that we're going to is just a little bit farther away, but the flights were like significantly cheaper, and if I can fly Southwest, then I'm just going to. So they were even cheaper than like the Spirit flights. So we got some good flights there. And then we are actually going to rent a car for our first 2 days. And we're going over, let me backtrack a little bit. We are going over my spring break because I work in the schools. So we get, you know, typical spring break. My husband has some days off. His job's pretty flexible with like days off, and he gets a lot of good vacation time. So we just decided that we were gonna go. We are actually the first 2 days. My husband and I, Peyton, we used to live down in Florida, about like an hour and a half away from the parks. So we're actually gonna go down the first few days and rent a car and drive over and spend some time with our friends from down there. So that'll be super fun and exciting. So the first few days won't really be Disney, I guess, because we're going over to like where we used to live and hang out with friends, but I'm super excited for that. So I'll get some beach time. And then the last, I think like 5 days, we're gonna be in Disney World, and we're actually doing a split stay. So my husband and I were staying at one resort that neither of us have ever stayed at that I'm excited for. And then we're staying at one of our favorite resorts. So I'm very excited. Both, like one is a value resort and one is a moderate resort. I won't give the details yet, but if you guys want to guess, then comment down below where you think that we're staying. One's a value, one's a moderate, and the moderate resort is our favorite resort. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Super excited though, because we ended up getting some really good deals. I and actually just started back at the end of 2024. I became a travel agent for Academy Travel, which they are like associated with like Disney vacations, Universal vacations, all of the fun places like that. So I booked it through like myself, I guess. Like I booked our vacation, and we are so excited about that. Family got home, so my dogs were going crazy. So yes, I will link all of my, there she is again, she's still barking. My dog's a barker. Anyways, I will link my email down below along with my socials. So if you guys do want to book a Disney vacation with me, then you know who to hit up. I can do Disney vacations, Disney Cruise Line. I actually just booked a family a 13-night cruise from Spain. I'm so jealous of them. And Universal vacations. So if you have any questions, you kind of want to plan your next Disney, Universal, Disney Cruise Line vacation, if you have any questions at all, I will put all of that in the description box down below. So if you guys do want to reach out to me, I would really appreciate it, and I will answer any and all of your questions. So now that we kind of have the idea of kind of what we're doing, my husband and I actually, while we were down there, like when we lived down there, we became annual pass holders, and literally 10 out of 10 recommend being an annual pass holder. And we have decided that, like, we were looking at tickets for this trip because our annual passes ran out in August of last year. It is now March, but we haven't been to Disney since last summer, just because we started our jobs back here and everything like that. But we actually decided, after looking at ticket prices, we have decided to renew our annual passes. I guess kind of renew, get them again, because we had a little bit of a break and, you know, some time that we didn't have it. But we just decided, like, now we're at a point where we can start going back to Disney, we can start making trips. So we have decided to get our annual passes again for this trip. So that gives us a lot more like flexibility with what parks we want to go to, because we were trying to plan out like to a T like what we wanted to do, and it was going to be too much, too expensive. Like we just thought, let's just get the annual passes again, and it will just like make us like, just, I don't know, it was the better option for us. So I will put that little caveat in here. So as for kind of our plans, the first few days we will be renting our car, like I said, and then going over. But once we get back in the Disney bubble, we are pretty much staying there, because we are going to return our car to the airport and then take an Uber from the airport to our first resort. And then we're going to try the mirrors for the first time when it's time for us to go back to the airport. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I know like Brianna Woodbine and Madison, I think it's Pratt, I'm not sure how to say her last name, but I watch them all the time, and I know that they've had really good experiences with the mirrors, so we're gonna try that for the first time. So once our first day that we like drive back, return our car, and go to, there's my dog again. The first time that we get our car and like we go to the resort, we are planning on getting there like early afternoonish. So we are actually going to check in and then pop into studios for our first afternoon, evening, night, whatever that may be. And then we're just gonna spend our evening there, start the trip off strong with Fantasmic, and just start the trip off with one of our favorite parks, which I think Studios might be Peyton's favorite park. It's not mine, but I think it might be his. But Fantasmic is definitely my favorite show. So then the next day we will wake up and we are doing an Animal Kingdom morning. We're gonna take our midday resort pool break because the pool at our resort that we're staying at, we really just, it looks super cute and fun, so we really want to spend some time at the pool. And then we're gonna go back and spend our evening night in Magic Kingdom. And this day is an after hours event at Magic Kingdom, and we haven't decided if we're gonna buy tickets for that or not. I think we're leaning towards yes, that we're going to, because I actually reached out to Brianna Woodbine again, and I'll link her channel down below because she has incredible Disney vlogs. I talked to her and she said that it was worth it because she just went on her last trip, and I think we're gonna do it because I think it would be super fun to be in the park late at night, and like Disney Enchantment is going, so we might do that. We've looked at it a lot, but we haven't pulled the trigger yet, so we might end up doing that night. And then the next day it is Flower and Garden Festival while we're down there, which is my favorite festival at Epcot, and so I think we're gonna end up doing a full day at Epcot that day with our midday break because that's the day that we are changing resorts to our favorite resort, and we really want to spend some time by the pool and just like a nice relaxing afternoon there. But then like we really want that day to just fully be Epcot because there's so much we want to try because there's so many new food items and drink items at this festival. So super excited for that day as well. And then our last 2 days we are kind of leaving open. We haven't decided if we're gonna go to Universal because my husband is a big Harry Potter fan. I am too, but not as much as him, and I really do enjoy Universal. So we might go do some Universal. We might do some resort hopping. We could also pop into a park. We might do Disney Springs because Disney Springs is not on the schedule yet, and I love Disney Springs. So the last few days are just kind of be, you know, like whatever, like if we want to go back to a park, like we feel like we didn't get enough done in a park, or just kind of we're going to leave those days open. And then we have our flight home is like a late night flight back home, so we'll get that last full day. So that's kind of our general, like what we're doing, what we're planning on doing. We still have a few things that we need to decide on, but we do have, I guess now, not very many days. I think, let me check my Disney app. I think we're in the 20s for sure. But I'm not going to show you guys a timeline or the countdown because, oh, but also can we talk about the fact, let me focus it. The little banner's back. She's back, baby. She's back. Okay, so let's see. The countdown to our first resort is 24 days. 24 days from when I'm filming this. Oh, you guys have no idea. I'm so excited to get back in the Disney bubble. It has been a hard adjustment going from living down there, and literally we would go every weekend, or like we would just go one night after work because like even though it was like an hour away, like we would still like, we would be ready right after work, we'd go over, and those are the vibes. Those are the vibes that we're going for this trip. We're going back, we're gonna act like locals, you know? But we're also, we're just going all out this trip because we both miss it so much. Okay, so now let's talk about what I have purchased already for this trip. These are very random items, okay, you guys? Very, very random. The first we're going to talk about is like, some of it's for this trip, some of it's not, but it is the Disney Princess and Bath & Body Works collection because I did buy some little hand sanitizers that I'm going to take on our trip. I'm normally a Touchland girly, and I do have some still, but I'm like, I feel like the Disney Princess hand sanitizer, like that collection at Bath & Body Works, that's also okay to use. So I'm going to show you just all the things that I bought from that collection because I was obsessed. So my 3 favorites were Tiana, Moana, and Ariel, which I'm not really surprised that Ariel and Moana were some of my favorites because I love a beachy scent. So I got the Moana hand soap and the Tiana hand soap. I don't know if you guys can really see that. The foaming hand soap. Then I also got the Ariel, the body cream, and this one smells so good. Then they only had the Moana in the hand sanitizers, so I picked up just a few of like the little ones to throw in my park bag because I always like to have hand sanitizer in my park bag. And then I also picked up just a few like little beachy scents. I got Turquoise Waters, Beach Weather, and Raspberry Tangerine. So I just picked up a few little hand sanitizers there. But also let me know what your favorite scent is. I thought I would like Belle's more than what I did. She wasn't doing it for me. Quick drink break. I work with Albion Fit quite a bit. They also are Disney people, but they have the best swimsuits, so I'm super excited to wear these on our trip. Here, let me get out the top too. I actually wore, if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you saw I actually wore one of their suits when my mom and I went on our super quick girls trip this last time and stayed at All-Star Movies. I actually wore one of their swimsuits there, and I feel like they're perfect because they're like a sporty, like comfortable, they're not like super skimpy, but they're also really flattering. So here is the top. It has like this V-neck in the middle, but it's also like a super thick band, and I just think it's the prettiest thing. So that's the top. And then I picked up the bottoms, and I do like the high cut. They're like kind of cheeky, but I also feel like they are good coverage. Like it's not like a thong, so I feel like this is like an appropriate Disney swimsuit. So I'm super excited to wear that while we're down there. I tried it on and it's super cute and I love it like all my other ones from there. And then, like I told you guys, this was random. So I feel like the new park bag is the Baggu Crescent bag. Look at this one that I found from Walmart for $5. I wanted a park bag that was big enough to fit like my camera and little handheld tripod, like just stick it in there and then be able to pull it out, which my favorite fanny pack that I have, this does not all fit in there at once, but it doesn't all fit in there like all together. Like I have to take it apart every time, and this is going to be a very content heavy trip for me, just for like my job and some other things like that. So I was super excited to find this, and the camera does fit in here. It's literally just a plain like tan color, and it was $5. So I also don't care if it kind of gets disgusting. Like I'll just wash it, or I don't know. So I picked that up at Walmart, and then I also picked up at Walmart these little disposable, are they disposable? Yeah, one-time use cameras. Yeah, literally just the Fujifilm ones, because I really thought it would be cute to take pictures with this instead of just my phone, or I'm gonna try to take some pictures with my vlog camera as well. So that's kind of what we have in so far. I also have ordered some shirts from Main Street Tourist. I can insert pictures of the two that Peyton and I ordered. I ordered Peyton one, and then I ordered myself one. Mine is the Living with the Land shirt, and I think it's so cute because I am obsessed with Living with the Land. And then Peyton's, I got him the Haunted Mansion one because Haunted Mansion, the new movie, has quickly become one of our favorite movies. We watched it for the first time when it came out, and then we had it on repeat all this last Halloween season. So those are on the way. I also have some Old Navy items that are on the way. I can link those down below because I have them on my Like to Know It. I tried them on in store, but then it ended up being cheaper online. So I just waited and I ordered when I got home, but it was nice to try some stuff on. So that's kind of what I'm thinking so far. So now that we have done that, my outfits, I am a very park specific outfit girly, and I'm so glad to be actually staying in the bubble, because the Disney bubble, because then I'll be able to change. So like the morning that we go to Epcot, I'm gonna wear my Living with the Land shirt, but then in the afternoon I think I'm gonna do more of a, which these could switch, but I think I'm gonna do more of a like flower and garden, very kind of girly, you know, the flower and garden vibes. And then obviously we'll probably end up buying some things while I'm down there. There's a few ears that I really like, I'm on the lookout for, and I'm just hoping that they're still there when we get down there. So as for outfits, I'll go more into that in my next few videos, like while we're packing and prepping, and I might even do like a full outfit try on video, because I still need to get my thoughts together for that. And like the weather, you can't see out that far yet because we're just enough, like it's just far enough away that I can't quite see the weather yet. So things that we still want to purchase slash need to book, still debating on. I kind of talked about this already, that we are debating still on if we're going to do Universal or not, which I think we're going to end up doing. I'm not sure. I feel like I need to talk to Peyton a little bit more and see what he wants to do, if he would rather just like do more at the parks, because we also, since we're staying at 2 resorts, we get 2 days of Blizzard Beach. Typhoon Lagoon isn't open because in 2025 Disney is doing that little promo where the day of your check-in you get a free water park ticket, and Blizzard Beach is the one that's open while we're there. So we would technically like have 2 days of water park if the weather's nice. So I don't know, we might fit that in as well. So I need to kind of see what he's thinking about that. I'm not opposed to doing Universal at all though. So that's still something I'm thinking about. And then the after hours event at Magic Kingdom. There's one at Magic Kingdom and there's one at Hollywood Studios while we're down there. And we both like kind of just said at the same time, like we would rather do the Magic Kingdom after hours, which is weird for us because Magic Kingdom is neither one of our favorite parks. We are definitely more Epcot, Hollywood Studios people. And honestly, I would almost put Animal Kingdom above Magic Kingdom. I just hated going to Magic when I wasn't in, like when I was a local, because to get back to the park is always just such a haul. Like I feel like it takes so long. So I feel like we never really went. So I don't know, it might make it redemption this trip. So I don't know, that's definitely something we still need to think about as well. And then dining reservations. This we're struggling with because there are a few places that we've talked about, but we can't decide if we want to go more, which I know we're like super late because you can do them like 60 days out, but we are still debating whether we want to go to our favorite spots, like, which this wouldn't need a reservation, but like Polite Pig and Enzo's Hideaway and, you know, like some of those places like that, or if we would rather try new places, because like Peyton's never been to Summer House on the Lake, and I think that's just like a super fun, like light vacation, airy vibe. So I still need to look at those, and we might try to book some if we can. And I really want to try Steakhouse 71, so I'm gonna maybe see if we can fit that into our trip somewhere. So those are some things that we still need to talk about. And then obviously I mean, like we can't book it yet because it's only 7 days out when you can book these, but the lightning lanes and like the multi-pass and all of that, that is new to us. And that is something that Peyton takes care of. I am definitely more of the Disney planner, and like I know the recommendations, like I know like I'm gonna plan out our days, but he is definitely the one, like I'll just tell him like, hey, we're going to this park, this park, this park, this is what we're gonna do. But he is my lightning lane fast pass guy. Every trip that we've been on, like when we have decided to buy like on our our little mini moon that we went on to Disney, he like completely did all of that. And he also is going to do that for this trip. Like he is like super into it. So I think we're going to try to do that a few days as well, which I can touch on that more once it gets to the packing video, because by then, like once I'm filming that video, we'll be within our 7-day window. But I think I'm going to leave all of that up to him. So that was quite a bit of rambling. I feel like I just talked your guys' ears off, but I just needed to get all my Disney excitement off my chest, and this is just going to be the first vlog of a very big series. I will be filming everything of this trip. I am so excited to go. I feel like it has been too long without being, you know, having some Disney magic in my life, and I feel like I've been watching so many vlogs recently that I'm like, yeah, it's time for me to go back. So super excited. I cannot wait. So if you guys would please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. It would mean a lot to me if you did, and that way you'll be notified when I post more Disney videos and we're back in the Disney magic. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you real soon. Bye.